Okay, and these are going to be our last two slides for today with a little assignment that I have for you. So these slides, not really a lot to write down, but I want to let you guys know what we're talking about in regards to geography of North America, which is important because you're going to notice that due to the geography of North America, you're going to see that native tribes sort of have some of the same values and ideals depending on where they live and their belief system. So I'm not sure if you can see my pointer, my mouse pointer. I hope so. But anyways, my mouse pointer right now is circling around the West Coast over here, going around the West Coast. So the natives on the West Coast, most of their tribes, they did a lot of fishing and some hunting. So a lot of their values are around fishing and hunting. And since they have values about that, they revere a lot of things that have to do with the sea and with the fish. So you'll see fish often in a lot of stories, a lot of their history, and what they show as gods or what they revere. So you'll see that over here in the West Coast. Here in the Great Plains, what's very important there are the bison. Now, these are bison that roam here, not buffalo. People say, where the buffalo roam. Oh, it's so wrong. That's like calling natives Indians. They're not Indians. This is not Asia. The same thing about bison. It's just that Europeans thought they looked like buffalo, so they called them buffalo, but they're not. They're bison. All right. And if you really want to look into it, why don't you go ahead and see what the difference is between a buffalo and a bison? You know, we used to have nickels called buffalo nickels that had a little buffalo on them. Those aren't buffalo, those are bison, but same thing. It's a misnomer. Same thing with Indians and Americans. That's a misnomer as well. We're going to just say natives or Native American. We're not going to use Indian, even though the federal government still calls some groups American Indian. We're just going to call them Native. All right, so anyway, here in this area, the bison were revered. So you have a group of tribes here that the main way they live is they follow the bison, and that's their main way of getting food and getting fur, getting resources is by following the bison herds that migrate. And then over here on the East Coast, you have a lot of tribes that focus on agriculture, planting, corn, things like that. So you're going to see that, and we're going to talk about that more on some future slides later on. But you're going to see that here on the East Coast, and you're going to see how these different places, how these geographies shape what's important to them. And we're going to go on to the next slide. I don't think you can stay here if you want to read some of this information, but you don't need to right now. We're going to go on to the next slide here. There we go. North American cultural regions. And this is where we're going to stop because this is what I'm going to have you do as your first notebook assignment. I'm going to have you, and it's not going to be easy. This is 8th grade, so it's not going to be easy. I'm going to want you to draw an approximation. I want you to draw the shape of North America as best as you can. And trust me, when you're done, it's going to look funny and it's not going to look perfect, and that's okay. But I want you to draw North America. And then I want you to draw these cultural regions about where they are in North America and color them in with colored pencil and label them. So we have a few different regions. We have the Arctic region up here, all the way up here. You don't have to draw Greenland, but do the Arctic region, the subarctic region. It doesn't have to be in these colors. Northwest coast, that's where we are. That's where Juneau is, Northwest coast. The Plateau region, California region, Great Basin, Southwest, Plains, Northeast, and Southeast. And that timer means I have to stop now. All right, that's your job for homework. And I'll see you guys on Thursday.